said it yourself. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, man.
How'd that feel to get out there again? In front of the fans.
This you know, it feels all too familiar. You know, I'm excited to get back in the cage on Saturday night. That's what I'm here for. It's cool to entertain, but you know, I'm here to take some heads, mount them on my wall.
Was that a long 15 months for you?
It was. You know, it was longer than I hoped it'd be. And I wanted to come back in June. I think that would have been ideal, given take my body June, July. But we couldn't find the opponent. But we have an opponent now, and I'm ready. More ready than ever, man. I'm focused. I know what I need to do and how I need to fight. And you know, life in this game is just a learning process. And I put myself in the right place. You know, mentally, physically, I'm ready to go.
How frustrating was it for you not being able to get in and obviously, you know, redeem yourself for a loss that was pretty much, I think that would be more unexpected than most, if that's fair to say.
Yeah. No, you can't mess up in this game. You can't have any glitches. You can't misstep. There's no room for error. I screwed up, and the time off has been tough, but you know, I've made the most of it. You know, I've gotten away. I've let my body heal, which is most important. You know, I can't go in there unhealthy. You know, when I'm healthy, when I'm focused, when I'm patient, I'm unbeatable, and I'm in that mindset, and I'm in that health, that state of mind and health right now.
What's your biggest advantage over Branch?
It's everything. I have advantages everywhere. You know, and he plays a patient game. It's like, you know, I have to play the same game, but I have more tools to open him up, and I can open him up in so many ways. And he's going to panic. He's going to feel my power, and I don't see this man wanting to stand with me once he feels that. You know, he shoots in like he always does. He runs for the clinch. If he wants to tangle with me, and in that area, you know, I'm going to flip him over. I'm going to put him on his back, and I'm going to pound his face in. He can't compete with me on the ground. He can't compete with me on the feet.
Talk a little bit about the move to Florida, and I know you said that was mostly precipitated by just guys not being available at the exact time you needed them to be right back home. But
yeah,
was there more to it than that? Is it good to get a little bit of change of scenery?
It's good. It's always good to get a change of scenery. You know, you can't get complacent in the sport, and you know, to get new looks and new inspiration, it's always nice. You can always learn more in the sport. You don't want to get complacent. Back home, I've had a lot of things. Back in Santa Cruz, it's a small town. There's not a lot of people around me that are on my same game plan. So, given the circumstances at the gym and no one being there to feed off, it was an obvious choice for me. I've been training with Henry Hooft and the guys over there in Florida for a couple of years now, and I knew it would be a good fit. I went over there with an open mind and listening back and forth to my coaches back home, and there was nothing that changed back home. So I decided to, you know, do my full camp and prepare, and I feel great.
Is that something that, as you look down the road, that you could see yourself doing full camps there with him permanently?
You know, I'll be going back and forth.
Okay.
They're always, AK will always be part of me, and depending on how I structure my camp, so who's there. But I love the coaching staff. The guys that over there in Florida are great. I mean, Greg Jones is a ball of energy. The guy's awesome to feed off of, and Kami Bronzini, he's great analytical mind, and Henry Hooft is my guy. He's passionate, he's driven, he's always focused, and he's always game planning. So I got great guys back home with Javier Mendez, Bob Cook, and DC, and all those guys too. So I'll play it all up. Play it by ear.
When they called you with this matchup, kind of what went through your head? What did you think of him as an opponent? Obviously, he's got a lot to gain by beating someone like you.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. I mean, he's a top 10 opponent. I looked around and I tried to fight everybody. No one would step up. No one would sign the contract. We have an opponent. We have a top 10 guy. You know, I'm not taking it for granted. I know what he is. He's a game opponent, but he's not on my level. I'll wait for my opportunities and I'll finish this man. He's a tough guy. He hasn't lost in 5 years. So he fought Anthony Johnson to a decision. I know what he is. I know who I am, and I know what's going to happen Saturday night.
You said also out there that it's this one, and then you know what the next step needs to be. You need to be fighting for the title again after Saturday night. Do you want to expand on that a little bit?
I'm going to let this fight speak for itself. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to fight. But I've beaten everybody else, and right now, look at the division. Look what I've done. I'm the last guy to beat Bisping in dominating fashion, and a lot of the other top guys. Obviously, I've been reigning Strikeforce champion, UFC champion. I've done it all. I'll go make my mark on Saturday.
And you still think that there's a chance you could be fighting in the Garden against Bisping in a month and a half?
I'm ready to fight.
Okay.
I'm tired of waiting on the sidelines, and I'll be ready to step in. I'm not gonna delay this year or next.
You said out there that you're going to welcome him up from the minor leagues. It jogged my memory. Michael Johnson said the same thing about Justin Gaethje. Do you feel like you're overlooking him at all?
I'm not overlooking him. Trust me, I'm patient. I'm going to be calculated. I'm not rushing things. He's there's different divisions in the World Series of Fighting, and Justin Gaethje he's a good fighter. He's not a guy that got washed out of the UFC. He's not fighting washed. You know, he was beating the crap out of dudes. Okami was fighting. I mean, his biggest wins are Okami, a washout, and some amateur level fighters, and he didn't deal with them well. I analyze fights well, and I know who he is. And I know the difference between some of the guys, and he's not the caliber of fighter I am. I'm gonna pick him apart. I'm gonna wait for my moments. I'm gonna show him the difference.
Do you feel you have a different mentality now directly off of a loss like this? Is there a different mentality going into a fight like this?
It just teaches you to relax, let go, and be patient, really. And that's the thing. It's like, obviously I rushed into that fight. I left so many openings. I didn't fight like myself. It's time to go out there and just wait for my opportunities and pick them apart. I got too much in my arsenal to be forcing fights and leaving those openings. You know, I make people come to me, pick them off, and I'll execute, and I'll finish them.
When did you get here into town?
I got here Friday. I was out in Florida, obviously, and the storm warnings were getting a bit extreme, and so we all ended up jumping out before the storm came through, and luckily it passed more west and missed most of South Florida. But it's sad to see what's come this year with all the storms, and it's going to be a tough year to rebuild, no doubt.
How have you enjoyed your week here in Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh's awesome, man. I didn't expect it. It's a beautiful city. I stayed up in Mount Washington for the weekend and got a view of the city and ran around and checked it out. So it's a nice place.
Best case scenario, after Saturday night, are you looking to be ready for Madison Square Garden if that comes up for end of the year, or until something early 2017 or 2018?
We're gonna play it by ear. We're gonna win Saturday night. We're gonna do our thing, and then we'll be ready. So that's that. I mean, if something comes up, I'm not leaving the gym. I'm not taking much time off. You know, depending on how healthy I come out, I believe I'll be fine, and I'll be ready to go.
Do you feel that this 15 months has helped you, just taking a little bit of extra time off to recover, rest, or is it something where...
I think a certain amount of time was right. 15 months maybe a little extreme. Like I said, I was trying to come back in June. That would have been nice, but I've been working around my injuries and I've been training, so I've spent the time well, and I'm ready. There's no looking back anymore. It's only looking forward.
Thanks, Luke.
Excuse me.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for waiting. Appreciate it.